Welcome to episode 1 of Will I Buy This Tech? Xiaomi Mi 11. So in this series, I will share with you my thought process of buying something. In Malaysia, the Xiaomi Mi 11 is starting to be on sale from the 13th of March for 2,999 ringgit for the 256GB variant, while the 128GB variant is going for 2,799 ringgit, but it's not on sale yet, at least in the official store lah. Before buying any product, anything, try to have some categories to judge the product. Firstly, the need. Try to think if you really need the product. So I follow these two dudes called the minimalists, and they have this technique called the 5 questions to ask before buying. I actually have it as my wallpaper. So the first thing is, can I afford to part with this money? Can I pay the actual cost? Will it add value to my life? What are the alternatives? Can I get by without it for a while? If you can answer all these questions and it seems like you need it, then you need it. Alright, after assessing the need, we go into the budget. As I told before, the Xiaomi Mi 11 is going for 2,799 ringgit for the 128GB variant, while the 256GB variant is going for 2,999 ringgit. So for us, for this scenario, we are assuming that we have the money and we need a smartphone. So the first two should have settled, but always bear them in mind. The chip, the powerhouse. For me personally, I love to get the best power for my smartphone, and the Mi 11 comes with the highly promising Snapdragon 888 with 8GB of LPDDR5 RAM. The 888 is the best Android smartphone chip out there, and that is the reason why I don't prefer the Galaxy phones, because they don't do justice to Malaysians and certain regions. If you don't know, we Malaysians and certain regions, we don't get the Snapdragon 888 version of the Galaxy S series or the Note series. We get the Exynos chips. The chip is improving, but it's still second place to the Snapdragon 888. But anyways, the Xiaomi Mi 11 is getting the best chip out there. It's the pioneer in Malaysia to get the 888, and is it being used completely though? I'll get to that in a bit. The chip is built in with 5G modem. But in Malaysia, the tech isn't rising that fast, but it's an assurance for the future, right? Next is the screen. As a person who loves to watch movies and also YouTube, the screen is the second most important aspect for me personally. And I think it's also for most of you kan. So the Mi 11 comes with WQHD plus 6.81 inch AMOLED dot display. Sounds really high-end, right? And WQHD plus means wide quad high definition plus. It's a 1440p 120Hz display with a 480Hz touch sampling rate, which means it's a fast and responsive display lah. As a person who's been using a 60Hz 1080p display, I'm already sold. And also there are extra certifications. If you check the specification list, I'm very satisfied. Next up, the cameras. For me personally, when I buy a smartphone, the cameras aren't on the top of my list. This is because for a fact that I know in smartphones, it's not about only the lenses, it's about the post-processing. And from my experience, Xiaomi's post-processing isn't the best. That's the reason why iPhones and Pixels are still equipped with 12 megapixel lenses but are being able to produce great shots because of the processing. But still having incredible set of cameras to just point and shoot anytime, anywhere is amazing. You have a triple camera setup here. A 108 megapixel main camera, a 13 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 5 megapixel telemacro camera. On paper, the numbers sound amazing, and they're promoting their cameras a lot. They're calling their cameras studio level cameras. Wow. For video, you have all these new features. For example, freeze time, magic zoom, slow shutter, nighttime lapse, freeze frame video, parallel world, cinematic filters, ultra night video mode, and many more. But the question, will I ever use these features? For the first few months, of course, but after that, not so much. But it's still better to have something than nothing. The build and design, the back design. I actually like the back design, especially the blue color and also the camera module. It's nice. It's quite unique and fresh compared to all the other camera modules out there. And also, the Xiaomi branding down there. I don't hate it, but if it's not there, like it should. But I don't personally like the front design. It's called the quad curve display, meaning it's curved at each side. And I like curves, but not in my phone. I've tried the S7, the S8 with the side curved, and it is not that satisfying. And also, the Mi 11 has some curves in the corners which looks asymmetrical, and it's not pleasing for me personally. Software. To be honest, I'm quite familiar with the MIUI software, and it's not that bad. It's not that minimal, and yes, it's not stock Android, but it has features that really helps you. And also, it's based on preferences. For my taste, it's an advantage. The extras of the phone is actually pretty plenty. The first thing is the speakers tuned by Harman Kardon, and also the ability to watch HDR content in your phone. It's quite amazing. The charger. In a world where the charger is slowly going extinct, Mi 11 comes up with a new technology, Gallium Nitride charger, and it comes in the box. So let's come up with this. There's two approaches, Apple way and also the Xiaomi way. I'm not really sure if there are already any manufacturers that are providing gallium nitride chargers or other type of semiconductors in their box itself. But for now, to be simple, Apple way, Xiaomi way. The Apple way is to provide you with a USB Type-C to a lightning connector cable and no charger. But your older iPhones, up until iPhone 10 if I'm not mistaken, is provided with a charging brick that has USB Type-A slot. And if you have the charging brick, which is 5 watt only, to the old cable, of course you can use it to charge your iPhone 12. But if you want to use the fast charging in the iPhone 12, you have to buy the extra brick, USB Type-C to lightning connector. So for that, extra packaging. And then if you want earpods, if you don't have any earpods, you need to buy them, extra packaging. If you have the old earpods, the one with the audio jack, you need the adapter, extra packaging. And also, if let's say you don't want to use your old charging brick and you plan to give it away, or worst case scenario, throw it away. So in this case, I don't really get the point. Of course, 10 to 15 years in the long term, you're actually being friendly to the environment. But in this 1 to 2, 3 years, you're actually being stressful to the environment. More packaging and possibly old chargers in the dump. The Apple way. And you can get to see this trend continue with the other manufacturers because Apple has such influence on the people and also the industry. The Xiaomi way, on the other hand, is to provide you with a new technology charger, a gallium nitride charger. If I'm not mistaken, most of us are using silicon semiconductor chargers, which is less efficient compared to gallium nitride charger. So I'll link up some articles that will be talking about the technical stuffs if you're interested. The charger for the Mi 11 is capable of 55 watt charging, and the phone itself is capable of 50 watt wireless charging, and it is also capable of reverse charging. So if you have any wireless earphones and anything, you can charge it on the back of the phone. So now when I'm almost done, the logical way is to watch some phone reviews. So I watched MKBHD, Linus, Mr. Who's the Boss, Wiser Malaysia, and Dave Lee, and I wanted to know what were their thoughts, people who have the phone in hand. There were some issues that these people faced. First thing was the white balance issue. Xiaomi actually faced a lot of white balance issues in their models, and it seems this model, Xiaomi Mi 11, faces that issue. Even the slight movement in any direction in a same picture of the same subject will change the color balance dramatically from warm to cool. So it's an issue that can be solved with software updates, but I can't promise anything lah. Then the phone apparently heats up while doing graphic intense activities like gaming. It's quite concerning because heating up actually affects the longevity of the smartphone. So gamers, do note about this. For me personally, I'm not such a gamer, so it doesn't affect me that much. Next up, the 888's camera capability. Apparently, the Snapdragon 888 has 3 ISPs, image signal processors, which means better pictures. But based on reviews, when they compare it with previous generations with the main camera sensor, there wasn't much of a difference and it wasn't a big improvement. But in most of the reviews, Mi 11 was praised for its great display and great day-to-day performance. So at the end of the day, it's great news for us. As consumers, we will compare models with the same range of price or performance because we want to get the best bang for the buck. So for me, the competitors for the Xiaomi Mi 11 is the S21 base variant, the S20 Fan Edition, and also the OnePlus 8T or 8. So to decide, the S21 is not of a big competitor for me because it is 600 ringgit extra, a 1080p screen, and also it's the Exynos chip, sadly. The S20 FE edition for me is less capable and it doesn't seem that great because of the build, the older chip, and also 1080p screen. OnePlus 8T seems like a good competitor because of its 65-watt charging, its superior software, but it has a 1080p screen, an okay design, and normal cameras. So to recap, the pros: great display, great specs, good set of cameras, familiar software for me, nice back design, gallium nitride charger in the box, and great price. The cons, however, is the heating issues, camera white balance issues, too many extra features, and not so pleasing front display design. So, the final question, will I buy the Mi 11? Yes and no, because of one reason: the OnePlus 9 launch. The OnePlus 9 series is being launched this month. I'm pretty sure the OnePlus 9, the regular one, won't be getting the highest spec of the bunch because we know that the OnePlus 9 Pro will be coming up as well. So, still, I will wait, compare the models, and then I will make my purchase. If I have no choice, I need a smartphone right now, I'll be glad to get the Xiaomi Mi 11 because for that price, there's actually no competition for what it offers. I hope you guys got something from this video. With that, my name is Wayne and I'll see you the next one.